Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a fantastic day so far. I hope wherever you are in the world, today has been treating you so well. In today's video, it is 7 million degrees in my room currently. If you can hear like outside noise, I have to have my window open today, okay? It is so hot. So, window is open. I am going to be doing a Shop My Stash summer edition with going like lightweight skin, warm bronzy tones on the eyes. That's the vibe that I'm going for. So if you want to have a little nosy through my drawers, I'm going to take you over there. We're gonna go through everything and we are going to pick a full face of makeup like summer bronzy edition. So if you like these Shop My Stash videos, I do have a whole playlist. I will leave that linked up above if there's any looks that you want to see. Shop My Stash, if there's any products that you want to see, be sure to leave it down below. I am more than happy to do more of these. I love doing these Shop My Stash videos. I find them really fun. So without further ado, let's just jump over into my drawers, shall we? And pick a full face of makeup summer edition. Okay, so welcome to my drawers. Starting up at the top here, we have got primers and setting sprays and brow products. Now I've already got my brows on, so I think I'm good for primers. I don't think I necessarily want a primer on. Like, I've already got my SPF and skincare and everything on, so I think I'm good for primers. I will, however, want a setting spray, so let's go for this one. This is the Revolution Superfix Hydra Cool Dewy Fixing Mist. This is lovely. It's like an aerosol, so it's really nice and cooling, which I absolutely need today because it's approximately 7 million degrees in my room. So let's go for this one. I will also say, like, before we get into the rest of the drawers, I have got a vibe that I sort of want to go for today, which includes these products, which I have already picked out. So this is the Cosmic Beauty Nudetrals eyeshadow palette, and basically I just want this shade all over my lid, which is called Radiant. It's a beautiful like duochrome, multi-chrome. Like, look at that, it's so pretty. So I want that like basically all over the lid, just with something really nice and warm. And then the lip, I recently got sent this from MUA. So this is the Hydra Juice Peptide Lip Oil. I have tried the lip balm that's in this, it's called like Sweet Orange. Yeah, tried the, it's like a shimmery lip balm that's in the Sweet Orange flavour, and they sent me the lip oil to match. So I want to try this one, see what that goes like, and I want to try it with the Catrice Generation Joy lip liner. I forgot what it was called then. And this is in True Tangerine, so obviously we're going for like the orangey colours. That's the vibe that we're going for today. So we're just sort of going to expand from that. So next up we have got foundation, concealer and setting powders. I want to go for something really soft, summery, lightweight, glowy. You know what, I do really enjoy the Made by Mitchell Truth tint, and I haven't used that in a while, so do we go for this one? I mean, I really like the Lottie London one, but you can't get Lottie London anymore, so I'm reluctant to sort of use that on my channel. So let's go for the Made by Mitchell. Then for concealer, again, I want something quite lightweight and sort of serum-y feeling. Let's go for this one, the Technic Triple Wave Serum Concealer. Really nice and lightweight, but still like a decent amount of coverage. Then I am going to require a powder. Let's go for, what shall I go for? I feel like, I mean, I did a video recently where I went through all of my favourite powders. So I feel like I want to use one of those because I want to be able to rely on my powder. Let's go for, let's just go for the Essence All About Matte. I'll just go for a light amount of this to set the sort of skin tint. Then bronzers. If you didn't see my video recently where I was reorganising all of this and it looks different from maybe the last time you saw it, I did a whole video where I reorganised my makeup collection, so it will look a little bit different. Let's just go for powder, I think. I don't want to go like super heavy on the skin. I just want soft, glowy, bronzy skin. So, you know what? I'm even thinking I might want a matte bronzer. Do I go for the Catrice Holiday Skin? I do really enjoy that bronzer. And then I can also use the highlight if I wanted to. Yeah, let's go for this one. Then I want an orangey blush, which they're all in this side here. I mean, immediately I'm drawn to the e.l.f. one, but I've used that loads recently. Again, I think I want just a powder. Do we go for another Technic one? This is the Technic Glow Veil Luminous Baked Blusher in the shade Blissful, and it is beautiful, and I think that that will go nicely with like the vibes, you know. So let's go for that blush. Then we've got highlight, but we've got that highlight in the Catrice little duo-y thing that we've already picked, so I don't feel like I necessarily need a highlight. Then we've already got everything that would be in a face palette. I don't feel like I need anything from there. We've already got our eyeshadow picked. Then, do I want a liner? So we have split liners. I don't necessarily feel like these are very sort of summer appropriate because they're not like incredibly long lasting. No, I don't want one of those. What have we got in there? More palettes. What mascara do I want? I feel like I want a brown option. You know what? If we're going like long-lasting summer makeup, it has to be like a long-lasting mascara, doesn't it? So let's go for the Revolution Wrap Lash. This is in brown. And then, again, I am immediately drawn to wanting the 17 Tattoo Ink Legend liner. I always do the same though. Do I do something different? I just don't know if I want to. Like, I love this one so much. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Going to go for the 17... what is it called? Ink Legend Tattoo Eyeliner in bronze. And that is the vibe. So, let's go and apply all of these products. Okay, so I highly recommend that you get yourself a drink. This is an iced oat milk mocha, and it is exactly what the doctor ordered today. It's keeping me cool and also caffeinated, which is a fantastic combination if you ask me. And let's just dive straight on in. So, like I say, I already have all of my skincare on. I have the, among other things, the last step that I put on was the Bioma SPF 50. I have honestly been using this every single day, with it being like so hot and so sunny at the minute, and also me being as pale as I am. I have just been wearing that every single day, and I love it. It works beautifully under makeup. So I'm going to start with the Made by Mitchell Truth Tint. I have this in the shade TT4, which actually is a really great shade for me. So, oh, it does like go everywhere though, so I'm going to use a sponge. I know that that's a bit like of a rogue option with a skin tint, but I do enjoy blending this out with a sponge, even though it's light coverage and by its very nature hydrating. I do like adding even more hydration into it by using a sponge. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of this, if I can, and apply this lightly, sort of all over. And I'm not necessarily expecting this to, like, I've got a lot of breakouts at the minute. I mean, I was about to say I don't know why. It's because I haven't eaten a fruit or vegetable and I've been living off iced oat milk mochas for the last month. But yeah, the skin is not doing too good at the minute. I've got loads of breakouts going on, but I'm not expecting this to cover it. I just want a little bit of coverage, but like soft, glowy, beautiful skin still, because your skin can still look beautiful even with breakouts. Okay. Okay. So I did also just do my brows real quick. I used the Catrice Brow Stylist Pencil in Perfect Brown and the e.l.f. Wow Brow, just squiggled them on really quickly. So onto concealer. The Technic Triple Wave Concealer. This was one of my favourites of last summer. I just love the way that this looks on like sort of a natural skin sort of a day. I'm just going to take a in fact, let's do it onto the back of my hand. That was risky. I'm going to take a really small amount of that concealer because it is still quite a lot of coverage, but it's really thin feeling. So I'm going to pick that up right on the tip of that sponge, and you will see the like I got literally the tiniest little amount of that, and I'm going to just tap this in sort of over my eyelids. This will also work as my eyeshadow primer today, but like the coverage, and it feels so hydrating and serumy. Like look at that before and after. She hasn't slept, but she has. Like I love I love this concealer, and it does work well over like spots and breakouts and stuff like that, but they are so angry and painful that I'm not bothering with them today. I don't need to cover them, so I'm not going to. So just tapping out the edges of that concealer. It's so beautiful. I also feel like this concealer is the perfect example of, you don't need to have a very heavy coverage or a very heavy feeling concealer to do the damn thing, you know? Like I feel like the skin looks beautiful and glowy, but also feels like nothing at all, truly. It just feels like I have got skincare on, but like the dark circles have gone, the redness that you saw that for yourself. It's so hot in here that my face is tomato-like. I just love those two to like blank everything out, but still in like a very natural way. I would not feel out of place just going out like this. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a mask. It feels lovely, but also everything is just a little bit evened out, but in a very lightweight way, which is what I want when it is hotter than the surface of the sun. So let's go in with the bronzer. I'm talking and trying to find my brush at the same time. And I'm just going to dip into the bronzer side. I think I'll have enough glow from the blush without dipping into the highlight, but let's wait and see. I may well want it. And I'm just going to dust this very lightly over the forehead, on the cheeks. Again, not really doing anything sort of very precise, just warming up the skin in a really beautiful summery way. I just love the colour of this bronzer. Like it's perfect for my skin tone, and although it is a matte powder bronzer, I do feel like it still adds a nice little something to the skin. Like it's not, I wouldn't even say it was glowy, but there's just such a beautiful sort of natural finish to it that I love on days like this and like the looks that I'm sort of going for today, because it's just so like soft and beautiful. So now my favourite step, glowy blush. So this is the Technic Glow Veil Luminous Baked Blusher, and this is in the shade Blissful. If I hold that up, look at that colour. It's so beautiful and warm and peachy and delicious. It's like luminoso, but 1/3 of the price. It's beautiful. So picking up, not too much, because it is quite pigmented, picking it up on that brush. Beautiful, beautiful. It's like a warm, goldeny, peachy glow, and it's just so pretty. I am going to very, very lightly dust that over my eyelids, because I do have an eyeshadow palette, but I like sort of having that continuation of all of the colours across my eyes as well as on the cheeks. Also just a little bit of that over the bronzer. Why not? And like, you wouldn't even look at that and think that I'm wearing makeup necessarily, but the skin do be skinning. I love, love, love. So I just want a little bit of this setting powder. That brush is wet. The ice is melting in my drink, and you know, when there's like condensation on the side of your glass, and then it's all over the table, and now it's on my setting brush. It's fine. So I've got another one. Taking that into the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder, and just making sure that brush is clean enough for my needs, and tapping that sort of down the centre of the face just to take down the glow. That motorbike is being rude. And just making sure everything is really nicely set, but I don't necessarily want to go over the cheeks. I like the glow there, and whilst I've got this powder out, I do just want to make sure I'm layering up quite a bit of that in my problem areas where I get hot and sweaty throughout the day, just like down the centre of the cheeks here. That's where I'm like very aware of where I get hot and sweaty. So just layering up a little bit more powder there, and then I will go in with the setting spray, the Revolution Superfix Hydra Cool Dewy Fixing Mist. This is an aerosol spray. It feels cold, which is exactly what my overheating heart needs today. It feels delicious and cold, so hold my breath, stay far away from my coffee. Oh, so nice and cold. Oh, my face instantly feels better. Let me just get my fan. I need to carry this fan with me wherever I go until like the end of September, truly, at this point. I hate summer. Have I mentioned that? There we go. I feel... What is going on? There we go. I feel like you can still feel the coldness, but everything is now really nicely set, and the spray does almost like melt everything into the skin really nicely, but it still looks really nice and glowy and still very, very lightweight, which is what I need. So let's go on to the eyes. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and let's dip into a matte. Let's go for Touch. This shade here, I'm going to put this all the way through the crease, maybe a darker one on the outer corner, and then Radiant all across the eye, because I love that shade. So starting with Touch, and I will put that right into the crease, and I will also put that under my eye. So I'm just going to use the same brush because we're doing quick, easy, just slapping something on. Let's go with Classy. This one in the middle here, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that right on the end of that brush and just darken up a little bit on the outer corner. Nothing too crazy, but I do want a little bit of something. So that is just those two shades. I feel like if I wanted to be a classy lady, I could just leave it at matte, but like that's not who I am as a person. So let's take Radiant, which I know I've already shown you, but I need to show you again. It's so, so pretty. And I'm going to put that all over the lid. And that concealer I didn't set across the eye when I went in with the powder, so it will grab onto this shimmer beautifully. And this is like icy bright, but also like a peachy orange and also green, like all at the same time. I'm not quite sure how Cosmic Beauty do it, but their multi-chromes are somewhere else. They are beautiful. And I do believe that we are going to be getting new palettes from them soon. I'm not in the know, but they had posted on their Instagram something about having new palettes in the tarot card collection. Like they brought out the Lovers for Valentine's Day, and we're going to be getting more tarot palettes, which I am very excited about. I am very, very excited about that. So I hope we get something sort of along the lines of Delicious Delights, but obviously different, but that sort of vibe where it's loads of different colours and very bright. I hope that that's what we get. Keep your fingers crossed. Maybe by the time this video comes out, because I am pre-filming a little bit, maybe by the time this comes out we will know a little bit more. I don't know how far ahead I'm posting this, but at some point in the future we will hopefully know a bit more. So I am happy with how all of that is looking. That eyeshadow is incredible. Let me zoom you in, because that eyeshadow, I absolutely love it. And I really hope that you can see all of the different colours that are in that. It's like green and peach, but also really nice and bright, and just honestly goes with everything. I've used this in so many different looks and I absolutely love it. So to finish off the eyes, one of my favourite products of all time, the 17 Ink Legend Tattoo eyeliner. This is in bronze, and if I just hold this up, if you haven't seen me absolutely harp on about this eyeliner, it's incredible. The colour is beautiful, but also like wear this eyeliner on the hottest day of the year, it will not budge. I mean, I'm testing it out today, it's so hot. It's such a good eyeliner. It lasts through anything, okay? Absolutely anything at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a wing, and I will be right back. There we go. So that's the liner, and it's not even that it necessarily adds basically anything, but it's just almost like another texture that adds a little bit of something. The best liner. Honestly, it's fantastic. So I'm also gonna just do a healthy amount of mascara. So this is the Revolution Wrap Lash Mega Extension and Volume Tubing Mascara. I'm going to add a few nice layers of this. I have this in brown. I'm definitely interested in the burgundy though, I can't lie. There we go, a nice healthy amount of mascara. I'm just going to give this a little minute to dry. I have spoken about this mascara before and sort of how I feel about it. I really like it. I really like the way that it looks, but I do have a slight issue where I am a hay fever girly, and when I inevitably sneeze, because I will, oh, and it just did it then, and I didn't even mean to. And my eyes close and I almost scrunch my eyes together. It doesn't happen when I blink, but when I sort of close my eyes together for a longer amount of time than just a blink, the lashes almost like stick together. It's like they sort of interlock, and then when I open my eyes again, they almost take a minute to come apart. But I have figured out that if I let this sort of set / dry down for a minute, and then I go over it with just a powder, I will probably just use my setting powder, just dust a tiny little bit of that over the top lashes. It doesn't alter the colour, it doesn't alter the wear, but it does stop that sticking. That does become a little issue for me, but I will do the lips and then it will be time to do the little powder on the mascara trick. So I'll go in with the Catrice Generation Joy lip liner. This is in True Tangerine. This is a beautiful orange lip liner and it wears really, really nicely as well, and I'm excited to see how that's going to look with the lip oil, because I haven't tried that lip oil before, but I think it will look lovely with this lip liner. This is so creamy. I have almost just like filled in the whole lip, and I completely forgot, it's like mentholy, it's like a little bit plumping. I love this, I love that lip liner. So this has actually still got the seal on it, this lip oil. Let me just break into that one. So this is the MUA Hydra Juice Peptide Lip Oil with tripeptide, squalane, jojoba oil and vitamin E. That was a lot of words. A lot of words with a lot of letters, and this is in the shade Sweet Orange. Ooh, nice big applicator. Smells like a holiday. Not that I need to go on holiday to have the heat, but let's just apply a little bit of this in the middle of the lip. That is lovely. That is almost like a very thin lip oil. You know, you get like, there's various types. There's like very thick, very cushiony, and then there's very thin that like almost feel like they sink in very quickly. And that is more of the thin texture. Feels really lovely and hydrating, which you would expect from a lip oil. I'm talking nonsense, so I'm just gonna take a really fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm just gonna get a little bit of this powder and dust this over the top lashes a little bit. So if I just zoom you in now, you will be able to see the before and after. So I've got a little bit of powder on this side. It doesn't really alter the way that it looks, but when I scrunch my eyes together, it doesn't do that. It fixes the issue that I have with this mascara. That's like the only thing that I have wrong with it, is the way that it like sticks together like that. And like I say, it only happens when I sneeze or if I'm being very dramatic and pulling faces, you know. Me being dramatic, who'd have thought? But that fixes it. And it's such an easy fix. I don't mind doing that for having this amount of drama on the lashes. I also just thought you could probably just use brown eyeshadow, and then it would sort of add to the depth of the colour as well. Not that I feel like you need it. The powder works well, but you could also use a mascara in the corresponding colour. I haven't tried that before today, but that is my finished summer look. Do I need more blush? No, you know what? No, Millie, you don't need more blush. I always add more blush at the end, but I don't need it. So that is my finished look. I would love to hear what you think. I would love to hear if you have any of these products that you love as well, because all of these are products that I really, really love, highly rate all of them. I would love to hear what products you are reaching for a lot this summer. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.